protecting critical infrastructure, it can be costly, and there's many uncertainties that swirl around it. And so, and the approach is really to be, we know the right way to deal with this is a very integrated plan where we mix infrastructure protection with various sorts of reducing exposure, reducing vulnerability, and so a very integrated plan, and one that evolves over time. So we do some things now, and we do some things later. The problem is bringing all the wonderful analytic information we have to address those plans, but not getting stuck with it, not getting stuck with the uncertainties, and not getting stuck looking under the lamppost, because often the parts of the system we understand best are not necessarily those that are most important to manage. And so really my bottom line message is we really want to use these risk models or analytics as a way to stress test our plan. So you start with the plan we're going to do, and think about the plans from the beginning as integrated. We're going to protect the infrastructure in this way, but it may go in an insurance system this way, plus a way that we incentivize people to make their houses and their buildings stronger, have disaster response plans, put it all together as a plan, stress test it as an integrated whole using the information we have. And from that, begin to understand where the vulnerabilities are, and agree on ways that we can balance between what we do now, what we do later, and who bears which burdens. I talked about two examples in my talk. One was a very simple and narrow one to get the basic point, but it was looking some work we did for the Port of Los Angeles and how they should think about the risk of very extreme sea level rise, that is outside the normal bounds of the projections that we get for sea level rise planning, when thinking about major upgrades of their very long-lived infrastructure, in this case their terminals. And is it worth it? At the time they make they're doing the upgrade, it's very inexpensive to harden against these extreme cases. The other I talked about was work that we've done with the state of Louisiana, helping them develop their master plan for a sustainable coast, which the state passed and started to embark on last year. And there was a whole wide range of different actions we were talking about, from the levees, rebuilding and building more levees for flood protection, to raising structures, relocating people in the city and surrounding areas, to restoration of the marshlands along the coast.